What a wonderful day for the words of say he's what? Have you done? My kingdom. Enough. Human! Find his clan! Before! Four, three to Proximus. Sorry, it's my fault. No. Foresee. Nova! They're down! Here. Continue. Time. Together. What a wonderful day for the words of Caesar. Say, he's what? Think on those words. Caesar was first out there. Treasures left inside for it may be different. Together, Caesar require.
After the monkey named Caesar died, many monkeys gathered to mourn his body and remember his name. The next day, near a large mountain, 3 monkeys climbed the mountain. The female monkey's name was Soon, and the other 2 monkeys were named Anaya and Noah. At that time, the 3 of them climbed to the top of a large mountain to find an eagle's nest. When they got there, they saw the eagle in the nest, so they waited a bit for the eagle to fly out of the nest. Then, when they went near the eagle's nest, there were 3 eagle eggs in the nest. But at that time, Noah told his friends that they could only take 2 because it was their village's rule. When they took the eggs, Noah seemed reluctant. Then they saw another even larger eagle's nest high above, so they decided to climb up and get it. At that time, Noah used a piece of iron to climb the mountain. Then, when Noah was climbing to get the eggs, risking his life, an eagle flew back and pecked Noah, causing him to fall. Luckily, he caught hold and managed to get another egg, making his friends very happy. Then, when they returned to their things, which were tied in a tree, they suddenly heard a strange sound nearby. That's why Sona threw her weapon there, and they followed the sound further. In the forest, they followed it to an old underground path. They stopped there and saw a human loincloth. When Noah went to smell it, they realized it wasn't a monkey's. It was probably Eco's, and they took the loincloth with them. When they returned to their dwelling, many monkey groups lived there peacefully. They also taught other animals. The small monkey groups came to ask Noah's group if they had found a loincloth, and if there was a family there. Then they asked to see the loincloth, and Noah showed them the human loincloth. Noah's mother then took the fish from the eagle and threw it to the children to eat, and praised Noah as a good son for climbing the mountain earlier. Then Noah's mother sent Noah to meet his father, whose name was Koro, further up. When he went up, the place was near the champak tree. Noah didn't yet know how to use the eagle like his father. In the forest, his father learned that Noah had brought back the loincloth. His father smelled it and asked, "Did you go near the pond called Bien?" Noah replied that he had never been there. When he knew Noah's father trusted him and let him study further, then Noah returned to listen to his father's stories with Eco and the loincloth. A monkey named Oda came and asked Noah if he had climbed to the top of the mountain. And he praised his achievement. Then the 3 monkeys shared the story with Noah's father. Noah's father would send the monkey Odato scare Eco. Then Sona told Noah that when his mother was young, she had seen Eco be the river, both small and large ones. At night, when Noah went to see the fish that were drying outside, he heard a strange noise at the fish storage. When he went to see and smell, he saw a person run into Noah and escape outside. That person ran into the forest and disappeared. In the forest, Noah looked at the loincloth he had put on his chest. The human loincloth was torn, which made him very sad. Then Noah told Anaya and Son about it. He couldn't wait for the next season because Noah needed another loincloth to replace that one. After having left them, he rode a horse to travel alone for his well-being throughout the night, and at that time, he traveled a little further. Suddenly, he saw the monkey troop being killed along the road, and at that time, the Uda monkey also came to him for the last time for he Dethan. At that time, he heard the sound of the monkey troop arriving. There also dropped himself nearby immediately. A group of monkeys wearing masks came out and went to pick up the cloth and hid it. They knew that it was also a human thing, so they went to look for it further at the same time. When they saw his horse that had been left there, they became suspicious and took a whip to whip the horse to run to his shelter, and they ran after the horse to his village in order to catch the monkeys there as a spectacle, until when they got there they started a commotion there and caught the monkeys there as a spectacle for him. When he arrived there, he tried to help release his members one by one, but at that time the monkey troop also took the whipped him many times. As for Anaya, he also tried to help and shouted, and he escaped from there. Then the monkey general named Selva took the robe from his mother to look and shouted the name Sisyphon. When he looked up, he saw him going up to the eagle's nest above, and his father told him to escape from there as well, leaving him to fight with Selvabit. At that time his father could not defeat the whip of Selva, and was whipped by Selva again and again. Then at that time, he tried to help his father again, still couldn't win. Finally, Selva caught him at that time. When his father got up again to help his son, and at that time, when Selva dropped him down, Selva killed his father with his ice, and he said, for Sisyphon he fell down. Around that time, he regained consciousness, looked at his living place with great sadness. It was all destroyed there, and when he looked down, also made a whip bellow. At that time, the eagle also flew back and flew near his father's corpse, which made him cry very hard. Then he took his father's corpse to bury to make an offering. During that time, he promised with tears they would still find them and bring everyone back to the Villa Gethin. He rode his horse and left the village and crossed the crying die road to leave there. Further, when he traveled a little further, he saw a piece of cloth that belonged to him fall on the road, so he picked it up, and at that time felt very tired. Then when he went to rest, suddenly something grew nearby when the eagle flew to him again, and that eagle was named Sanat. That time he tried to call it to his heart. Its claws were very sharp on his hand, so he didn't know how to use it. When he continued his journey, saw a light ahead, so he took his weapon to check. Suddenly he fell into a hole in the ground below, and there was fire below. Then a monkey named Raka took the whip to whip him and asked him where he came from and who he was. In when Raka knew about his son and the truth, his son was the Sam, and Raka's family was killed as well. Then Raka took his book for him to see and said that all those books were ancient books. Signs in that book are very meaningful. Monkey understood that sign when it was with Sason when he heard the name Caesar. He say had heard that name when the Kaladraka also said back they didn't know who Caesar was in his villa. Caesar was the very first monkey letter there, and the strongest Raka always followed him. Wealth and Raka took him further, which was where the monkeys lived before he. At that time he saw a picture which was a human nearby. They called him Econ. He thought that mankind was the one who destroyed it. When he knew, Raka also said back that it was mankind. Mankind has weakness, intelligences differently, and they are very important for Caesar and him as well. When they lived with mankind in the past, then when they ran to his horse, again suddenly they saw a woman running away from Teresa. He said that person had sneaked into his village. When he knew, Raka took him to another place. During that time, the eagle San also followed theme, so Raka praised that the animal was very beautiful as for him. He said back that he didn't know how to use it. Yet tootingly humans can sing, only they can sing. Until they meet and rest together. Suddenly a woman came to them again. So they gave her fruit to eat, and they also welcomed that person, and they knew that person couldn't speak. Then Raka took Noah's mother's cloth, threw it to that person, and at first, Noah didn't want to give it to that person. Then Raka decided to name her Nova and tell her about Caesar's strength. Noah also knew. Well, Noah didn't go anywhere and slept near the tree there. When everyone fell asleep in the morning, Noah went to see surroundings nearby, and she went to a place with a large instrument, looking at the stars in the sky. So she looked into that. Hold on, at that time, she was very surprised when she saw that instrument. Then when Noah arrived there, Noah also looked at that instrument, and her expression was as surprised as Noah. The next morning, Noah told Care that her feelings were very much like his from the past generation, and she didn't want Nova to go with them because she was very slow. When she knew, Raka made Noah ride a horse with them and continued their journey. After the journey, they traveled. They saw many wild horses all along the way, and they didn't know what kind of animal it was. When Noah saw a group of people in front of her, she walked with a very sad face. Noah decided to leave their so that Raka could stay with them. Then before Noah left, Raka gave his belongings to Noah and said, "Remember who we are. It's very important." Then when recalled Nova lived with the human world, she only looked at Noah leaving their at that moment. When they heard a long sound, Selva's group of monkeys arrived there and tried to catch all those people. A car shouted at Noah not to run forward because there was a net in front. So Nova escaped through another path. But at that time, they also threw the net at her and tried to catch her again. Then at first, the monkeys chased and caught people again. Noah returned while Raka took wood to help them. When Selva's monkeys chased and caught Nova again in the meadow, Nova hid in that meadow. Then, when she crawled forward, she saw Noah from a distance and shouted her name. So she decided to call Noah's name again while Selva chased her again, while Selva chased and caught her again. But at that time, Noah rode a horse. To take Noah away from there. She succeeded with the help of Raka, while Selva was very angry at that time. Then when they were safe again, Raka decided to release his horse again. And where is she at that time? They took her into another room. Where there are many things. Many human supplies. At that time, a man, whose name is Trevisan, also came out to greet the leader and said that he is not different from the leader. When he knew, the leader also told him that she is not a person who helped the swan. Nuo and his things. They took him to meet Suna again. They happily started planting, but Suna also knew that Nuo's father died and lost his life. Immediately, the monkey clan blew a long sound, announcing all the monkeys to gather in front. And at that time in their country. They gathered together. The monkey king, whose name is Bruxism, also went up. To announce to those below. As for the monkeys below. Also spoke according to the words of the monkey king. Bruxism to. At that time, Bruxism also said that that day is a good day for all the children to reach Caesar, and the monkeys will be strong together. Caesar is a monkey, the most supreme. And now he is Caesar again. After speaking, King Bruxism gave them a large gate. To take human weapons and technology from inside. And they did it with force. To explode to. At that time in their country. Tried to explode there. That gate could not be opened. As for the chain, it also fell on the monkeys. Below to. When they couldn't open the gate, Monkey Bruxism also said that it will open tomorrow. Trevis, and also told the leader that. The human gate has been open for a month, but it couldn't be opened. When he knew, the leader also told Trevisan that. But Trevisan doesn't know that. Where are we when something bad happened? And when the minister went down, that is the place where the monkeys. Want weapons. When he heard, Trevisan also told him that. Stop thinking about what we are. Think about who they are. This is the monkey world, and the leader is also a part. Then when they rest and eat, Suna also told Moya that. They have no more choices. When he heard, Nuo also told him that. Elder never told everything from the outside world. Then server took Nuo and the leader. To meet Bruxism. Inside. To eat together. At that time, Bruxism welcomed Nuo and everyone, and he gave Anya. To bring food for them to eat. There to. Then Bruxism described He's planned to go outside and wants Moya and everyone to find a way to open that gate together. He wants to become an immortal being. He will learn from humans outside. This is the reason he wants weapons inside there. When he heard, the leader also told him that no one can go outside. No. When he heard, Proximus started laughing, and he took the leader's map out because he knew that the leader had gone outside with humans before, and he will find a way there. No matter what. After speaking, Proximus only spoke with Nuoa again. And at that time, he thought Nuoa is a monkey. The smartest. And he wants Nuoa to tell him. What did the leader ever tell him to him in the past? When he heard the question, Nuoa also told him that never told. Then Proximus took Nuoa to see the monkey clan outside, and he tried to convince Nuoa to join him, because that is the monkey kingdom. Don't trust humans at all, and the leader wants things inside. To make humans stronger than monkeys, and it's very dangerous for monkeys. Hope Moya understands. Monkeys must destroy humans. When he heard, Nuoa didn't. And he looked at the leader. Nearby. Then, at that time, Nuoa stayed with his mother. His mother said that the eagle won't come. Because their fortress has been destroyed. Proximus doesn't need the eagle. Nuoa also replied that, but it's in his body. Of Moya. If the eagle only listens. It flew to Moya again. It's true. And at that time. In their country, they took Raka's belt. To look at the eagle, the human also flew onto the hand of Moya, which made him become hopeful again, and he said he would take the monkeys back to his village. Then at that time, Nuoa went to the leader. The leader also told the truth that when she arrived there, Proximus' monkey group found her group. She came there to want Moya, only to help. Let her apologize for lying to Nuoa in the past. When he heard, Nuoa also replied that in the country, the more they talk, they no longer believe, and they want to know. Inside the inner gate, what is it? The leader also told him that it is a special message. Humans lost speech. And all those messages can help humans speak again. When he heard, Nuoa also asked again, do humans live separately from monkeys? The leader also told him that monkeys live in silence. When the virus spread, it also became intelligent and killed humans. Upon learning this, Nu also asked the leader she knew the way inside, and if the water could be avoided there. Because they had a subsequent plan, they decided to secretly leave that night. And at that time, called Sona and Anaya to go with them, but Anaya refused to go with them because she preferred to stay there. When they saw Anaya wouldn't go with them, they became very sad. Then, when they went, Nu took Sona to the leader, and the leader stole offerings to make a sacrifice there. But what made them excited was that Anaya also decided to go with them. At that time, they said that the leader could not climb the rocks, and they came there to help her. Then, when the leader placed the offerings there, she asked Nu if he truly loved Sona. Upon hearing that, Nu nodded. Just as they were preparing to leave, suddenly Mr. Trevisan came and didn't want the leader to go anywhere because he thought there was no hope. Meanwhile, the leader tried to call Mr. Trevisan to go with them. But at that time, Mr. Trevisan refused and said that the Monkey King would definitely take all the monkeys' skins alive. Upon hearing those words, the leader decided to kill Mr. Trevisan. Then they continued to escape. At that time, they walked past the rocks, and there were strong ocean waves. At that time, when they found a place to climb, Anaya had the leader hold onto her rope to climb up together. But a little later, Anaya fell down. Once they had successfully helped each other climb up, they went inside. And they walked down, using a light to illuminate the way. Then, as they continued down, they saw a molekini there. So the leader opened it. Then, as they continued inside, the leader took a stovepipe to protect herself, and she told them to wait there while she went inside alone. Others also went to look at things nearby. They saw a book, so they opened it to look. In that book, they saw monkeys being captured in cages, which made them start to feel sad. Then, when the leader went inside, she saw a gun and a thing called a decipher, which humans could use to communicate with extraterrestrials. And then she called everyone to follow her. At that time, When they passed the front hall, they saw a door in front. When the leader tried to open it, a voice announced was heard, and the door began to open. At that time, the leader told Nu that when the door opened, Nu had to quickly make this sacrifice. When the door opened, Proximus stood in front, and at that time, Proximus yelled at Nu, telling him not to trust humans. Then, Proximus told Nu to kill the leader, but Nu refused. So Proximus made Nu choose between the leader and Sona. At that moment, as they were about to kill Sona, the leader shot and killed the monkey. Proximus then used his offspring to block the way, and he let the leader leave safely. Nu tried to stop the leader, then the leader decided to run back to make the sacrifice, and then the water began to surge inside, so the group of monkeys began to escape. Then, when the seawater surged inside, Nu tried to grab onto the iron and succeeded, and he saw his younger sibling running through the water. But luckily, Anaya helped them in time, and the other monkeys climbed up to escape. Nu called out to his sibling, looking for a way out. Then, at that time, I told them to leave, but suddenly Seva came out and fought with them there. When they fell down, Seva continued to chase and kill Nu, while Nu pushed him to a deeper place. When Seva chased him there, Nu climbed up, so Seva drowned and died there. Then at that time, I climbed up, and suddenly Proximus came out and beat Nu. Then, Proximus told Nu to get up to fight him. At that time, they established themselves as kings there. When Proximus yelled, Nu got up. Nu did get up, and he sang his father's song, which made Proximus laugh. But then, suddenly other groups of monkeys started singing along. So Proximus yelled at them to stop. News ants flew towards Proximus' face, and then other groups of ants flew at him again and again until Proximus fell into the abyss and died. News ants landed on his hand, then they went back to their own place, their peaceful home, and the sounds of birds began again. At that time, the leader arrived on horseback to say goodbye to Nu. Nu said Proximus wasn't wrong. Humans don't give up until they get everything for themselves. Upon hearing this, the leader lowered her head and said, "It's for everyone, including the monkeys." Upon hearing this, Nu asked, "What about the monkeys? Or will the monkeys not be able to speak again? We've created better homes to live in than what we need to learn." Then Nu continued to ask if humans and monkeys had ever lived together. Upon hearing that question, the leader began to cry and said that she didn't know, but her hand was hidden by a gun. Nu gave Kara's rope to her before she returned. Then Nu took Sona to a place among the stars. Their ants also flew there. Meanwhile, the leader went back to that door to return the decipher she found to a scientist, so their team could reconnect the satellite, and then humans could communicate again. Nu also took Sona to see the devices among the stars.